Good evening, everyone. Oh, got a little Elvis Presley thing there. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. Don't like doing. I believe that was my son shutting the door. So here we are. Thanks for joining me. Thanks to my moderators for being there. Oh, got Gertie Root in the chat. Welcome, Gertie. So do you know what? Where do you start with this? Because myself, and I know of about a dozen YouTubers, a dozen good creators, a dozen good people have been calling out this Sussex squad hatred for about 4 to 5 years, been calling it out, and we've been getting dismissed. We've been getting dismissed. Journalists at first didn't believe that anyone could be so vile online. They didn't believe that. The media didn't believe it. Suffolk Police and Sussex Police and Kent Police and Gloucester Police and Yorkshire Police didn't believe that these type of vile individuals exist in our society. These evil people that go around and destroying people. They're there. They're now, for the first time, being exposed. Now, I know myself and a lot of people have been getting suppressed, hated, trolled, harassed, lambasted, abused online for many years, and it's been brushed under the carpet by several police force. It always goes to a dead end. These hateful people exist. And I can tell you where it started with me. It all started with me with this newspaper headline. I was stupid enough to ask the Royals to help injured veterans. And this goes back 2017. 2017. I was working with Sean Raymond and many journalists, and we stupidly asked the royal family to step in and help veterans. And the reason why we did that was because the royal family are each member of the royal family are colonel and chiefs of each British Army unit. We swore allegiance to the Queen, or her heirs and successors, and it opened up a whole can of worms, that one headline, which resulted in the Royal Foundation phoning me up and threatening me to back off Prince Harry because he was too busy to help veterans. From that moment onwards, my reputation of helping veterans and raising money and going to London and going to the House of Lords and the House of Commons and meeting up with MPs, my reputation was fucking in the gutter. I was now being known as a thief, a veteran scammer, an online abuser, a hater, a racist. And at one stage, my son's tennis club was told I was a paedophile. And it kept going. This is what the Sussex fan page does. They go after you. They're doing the same with Dr. Sophie. Have you seen her online Wikipedia? Had to shut it down. Have you seen her Twitter? Had to shut it down. I had to close down my Twitter because they go after you. And these people are endorsed. They're being endorsed by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who think they're brilliant. Anyone who dare speak out and call people out on their behavior becomes a target of online abuse and harassment. And it's absolutely shocking. And I'm really pleased. Do you know what? In a way, I'm sad for Dr. Sophie, but in a way, I am elated that she's showing the world what these vile people do. Harry, who called the royal family racists, who A, wore a Nazi uniform, and B, was calling fellow soldiers at Sandhurst packies. We know who the racist is. We know who people are. But we can't go out and be ourselves because the fear of retribution. I've received hate mail here. Oh yeah, online. I don't have a Twitter account or a Facebook account or any of those online accounts. I've got Instagram and YouTube because of the hate. They go after, look what they're doing to Dr. Sophie. They go after you online. They all find out. I'll dig into his history. I'll find out where his family lives. I'll try and befriend his mother and father. I'll send his son hate messages. I'll find out where his ex-wife works and I'll go after her clients. I'll find out where his new partner is and I'll go after her. I'll find out where she works. I'll try and get her to lose her job. I'll report Trevor to the DHSS. I'll report him to the War Pension. Let's write letters in to the Honours and Awards Department, and let's try and get Trevor to have his military cross taken back from him. Let's report him for online harassment. Let's call him a paedophile. Let's constantly report him to the police for fraud, charity fraud. Let's try and get him in jail. I've had it for fucking years. The Duke and Duchess of fucking Sussex are an absolute stain on society. They're a stain. I can't wait till Prince William gets in so he can actually remove their fucking titles and get rid of them. They are online narcissists. They use Archwell as a front to give out grants to different organizations to go after people, criticize them in the name of misinformation and disinformation. And I'm really chuffed the fuck that they're being found out. I really am. Karma comes for everyone. Anyway, I'm not the only one that's been attacked online, am I? I wonder who else gets attacked online. Welcome, Fiona.
Everybody gets attacked online. Everybody, without exception.
Do you know what? This is karma in spades, I believe.
Isn't it just, after all of the years? I mean, I think I've mentioned it before. Years and years ago, we were trying to get Dan Wootton to take notice of what was happening with Wally. Years and years ago, before Dan had a problem, then he got a problem. But it's not until people have experienced it, is it?
Yeah. Well, we only know too well what it's about. But I'm going to point, I'm not going to mention any journalists in particular, but there was many journalists in the past always wanted to find out what's going on, but they didn't really want your story. These journalists played the victims and wanted their story out there. And now we told them what was going on, and they stood back and they went, "Oh, really? But I'm not really sure." And now it's all coming out. Now it's all coming out. The emails are popping up. Trevor, do you want to come on TNT? Do you want to come on here? Do you want to? And the answer is no. Fuck off. I told you before what was happening, and you let it go. These are our stories. We'll tell it our way. We don't need your narrative anymore.
Well, actually, I remember, I think it was the Telegraph and a few other newspapers actually employed the services of someone like Christopher Boozy, that, you know, they claimed to try and get them to get to the bottom of who was behind the Sussex squad.
Yep.
And they found some information, but it was inconclusive, as it often is. They thought it was Russia. I mean, it's, you know, not Putin trying to interfere, but you can employ a troll farm, a bot farm, and the guy had traced it there. But with VPNs, you never know.
Yeah, well, with VPNs now, it's taken me years to get to where I am, and I'm now armed with these information, and I now know that you can get an individual to go after accounts on social media. If they have VPNs, the VPN will have the digital footprint. You then need to go back and get, as you rightly pointed out, a knowledge order. The knowledge order gets served on the social media platform, which then the social media platform has to give you the name of the VPN company, and you can find out there's no place to hide anymore online.
Well, I think this is a developing situation. The internet is a learning curve for everybody. When I first went on the internet, it was just full of porn. That's all anybody wanted to talk about. Then the next one was money scams, and it's become more and more evolved and sophisticated. And I think what I'm hoping will happen with Sophie is through her, she doesn't have to do anything. She's just sitting there and they're attacking her wiki page, everything. And they are demonstrating their venom to the world. And hopefully the world will put pressure on the, I mean, what I would love is for Elon Musk to just clickjack everybody for 24 hours. Just to every single account, he's going to clickjack them on their device and just display. And I think that would be astonishing for the world. Astonishing, because they'd think, oh, that's my wife doing that to me. It'd be kind of hilarious. Or that's my son doing that to me. Or, oh, I remember you. Well, what did I ever do to you? You know, it would be really very interesting, and it would be a huge learning curve for every single one of the 8 billion citizens of planet Earth who think, whoops, I probably shouldn't have said that, because now everybody knows who I am.
Well, exactly. And with the clickjacking, I wasn't going to mention that, but there are people out there that can easily click check who you are on your laptop and find out who's behind different accounts. In fact, I do believe, and I'll mention here for the first time, first of all, to all those watching, over 500 people watching, thank you very much, would like to point this out to people, keeping it to myself right now. Me and Fiona know who's behind Atlanta. We know who's behind that account. I had all the information sent to me and I forwarded it on to you, Fiona, and we know everything about them. And it's
I've got legal documents. I've known the identity of that person since June last year.
Yeah.
I've actually got a written legal confession. I've actually got that. Because Graham was ill, I didn't realise, because that wasn't my focus. And it wasn't until after it was about a week ago, and I suddenly went back through those legal documents and I thought, holy shit, there's a confession here. And yes, it is good enough to stand up in court. But let's not harp on or give that twat any airtime. I'm
just pointing out that you can hide, but you'll always get found out. We know exactly who they are. And the reason Doris just said, call them out. Doris, the thing is, I do not want to call out the individual yet, due to the fact that I am suing them. And we've been working out how much assets the individual actually has before we launch our legal thing against that individual. So that's why I haven't named anyone yet. And that's why
if it's any help or consolation to anyone out there, I've named them and called them out repeatedly on my channel. So
well, we're going to get there, and I think it's fantastic. Hi everyone, thanks all for joining. Oh, Faith and Braden. I don't even know who is that. Now, that's not Faith and Braden. That must be either Faith or Braden.
I think it's both of them, because I chat to them on a group call. I mean, they sit next to each other. So I think it'd be safe to say it's the two of them together.
Are they together now, though? You're the one that knows.
Yeah, they're together now.
Okay, well, welcome to the chat, Faith and Braden. And yeah.
Next thing you know, you'll have Benjamin in there.
Oh, he'll be here soon enough. But it's really good. It's taken us a long time to get here. And do you know what? Even though I feel sorry for Dr. Sophie, I really do, what she's going through, because we've all been through it. To me, it's vindication of letting people see how hateful these two are and what they're willing to do.
She is a showcase. And I know you and I have had this little terror cell, but it's the sugars, the maggots in general. They have made the lives of a lot of people miserable, not just us, journalists, people here in the comments. The number of emails I've had over the years, and I see people in the comments saying, one time I just made a slightly down comment about Meghan. Next thing, I've got them on my case. Oh, Gertie Root's here.
Gertie's in the chat. Do you see that?
She and I have known for a long time.
Yeah. When I said she's an arse, I meant she's a good arse. I mean, but let's not blow this out. Yeah. But listen, we're getting there. And you know what? Today, my chief of staff, Deb, sent me some stuff today of Wikipedia and what's happening there, and the fact that it's been shut down. And
I just pray. I mean, the Sun newspaper has never been a favourite of mine, but God bless them. God bless them today. That headline, that's the headline I've been waiting for. And it's not only them. I've been watching it now. Of course, it's duplicating, because this is what other publications do. They just copy, cut and paste. So that it's being Harry the bully, Meghan the bully, Meghan the bully, Harry the bully. It's here in Spain. It's everywhere. They are labelled bullies because of their followers. Their followers are going to destroy them. I've known it all along. So frustrating as it is, here we are.
Couple of years down the line, you know what? After, I mean, I know what's happened to me. I mean, you were called a drug dealer. You've been called worse whore, selling your body. I mean, the amount of stuff they went after you with was horrific. And
I'm not bothered about that. I'm really not bothered about the stuff they said about me. It was the stuff they said about our daughter. And I see one of them was laughing about Graham's piss bag. They still think it's funny that he had cancer. Can you believe it? That's in the last 24 hours. And that does make me read, laughing at people with cancer. But then see how Meghan treated Prince Philip. I'm not saying he had cancer, but the Queen did. See the treatment there. Catherine, Charles, see the treatment. They don't give a fuck about age. They don't cut anyone any slack because they've got cancer. They openly wish people death. This is going to grow, and she is going to be destroyed in mainstream media. And no, her jam sold out in 30 seconds and her edible potpourri. Bollocks.
Well, it probably did. If you've only made 10 jars, it's going to sell out, isn't it? You just give it to your 10 friends. It just feels great at the minute to sit back and let's be honest, I'm still under investigation for online harassment on Twitter, and I haven't even got a fucking Twitter account yet. They're investigating me for that because of rumors and all this shit. But
oh yes, yeah, sorry to interrupt. I was saying to you earlier, I wonder how all those police officers are going to feel as this story grows and their cheeks burn red. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, boom. All the times we covered for Harry, there's going to be some arse covering going on there, isn't there?
Well, we've sat back and we've watched this and we've tried our best. I mean, for a while we all worked together to try and get to the bottom of this, and we kept hitting dead ends. It's surprising whenever you stick to your ground and you stick. It's surprising what comes out, isn't it?
It is very.
Artist says late birthday. She didn't know.
I'm live, guys. Thank you, Martin.
I'm going to storm your live stream.
Yes. Oh, you're going to be in the comments. Yes, I knew we'd have Ben soon in the comments.
Of course,
yes,
he is.
Delicious. I'm loving every second of it. And actually, there are so many things that could happen. I mean, it could become very, very serious, like a police investigation for Sophie. It could become an investigation if the Charity Commission, and I'm not saying they will, because we all know about Judge Warby, but if the Charity Commission find Harry's done something wrong and inappropriate, that's his career as a patron involved with charities at all. That's going to be a big thing. I'm looking forward to next week. I will be watching live on the YouTube channel of whichever courtroom at the Court of Appeal will be hearing Harry's ultimate security request. Now, some of it's going to be kept private, but they're going to do the majority of it open. Now, the Court of Appeal, as everyone knows, they have a YouTube channel. We all remember the Jason Knorr emails, and they transmit it all. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, do you know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to watching how he's going to lead the Invictus veterans. You know, there's a lot of, you know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on down there, and are they going to hold this guy on as someone that people look up to? Because if it all comes about that, well, I know his behavior. I mean, I know veterans that talk about his behavior, and if it all comes out that what people are saying is 100% true, and you can't keep a guy on like that. You know, that's a terrible. How can he lead veterans? You know, he's done his best to try and destroy me. I mean, I'm hearing these people say things like, oh, he's a veteran, you must leave him alone, he served his country. Did he? Let's look after him for mental health, but he doesn't mind going after other veterans and trying to get other veterans to commit suicide and attack them and make sure they're homeless. I mean, look what they did to me online with all these shitty accusations. I mean, truthfully, I lost fucking loads of friends that thought I was a scammer and a thief because of all these allegations. And now they're all coming back saying, Trevor, I'm sorry. And I'm just saying, fuck off. I want nothing to do with you now. Yeah.
Because you don't need like that. Real friends stand by you no matter what.
Exactly. And I don't need them. I've got about 6 people around me that I think add value, and everyone else can get the hell. I mean, my messages are opening up. Over the since I settled my case with the MOD, oh, you won't believe the amount of snakes crawling back in, and I'm like, block, go away, don't need you anymore. I've got the people around me that add value and lift me up, and they're good for my mental health. And eventually, that little shit is going to get everything that's coming to him, Fiona.
Oh, I think he is right now. I suspect he's laying in bed, wetting it and sucking his thumb right now.
Yeah.
I think with Invictus, they're probably shitting themselves right now. They're probably watching this Sentibali thing very closely and thinking, but for the grace of God, go us. And I think they are going to be thinking, if we have spent one penny in the wrong direction, if the Charities Commission go against Sentibali, the spotlight might fall on us. I bet there's a lot of panicking going on behind the scenes.
Oh, and rightly so. I think they should now look into everyone's donations that are donating to anything that Harry and Meghan are involved in.
I mean, he
Everything.
won't be able to, if he's found wrong at all by Charity Commission, he'll have to give up Scottie's Little Heroes, everything.
Oh, wow. What a shame, eh? Yeah, they'd probably do better without him anyway. He probably holds back their donations like he did to Centre Ballet, actually, didn't he? Nobody wanted to speak when he was in the room. Everyone felt as if they were being pressured. That came straight from the boss of Centre Ballet.
Yes. I mean, it's fascinating, the things she said. Fascinating. And very strong, very bold. And I don't feel she would have done that and gone on Sky News if she didn't have evidence, because she'd be wide open to a defamation case. Well, there's no sound of a defamation case, and I think there would have been by now, don't you guys?
Well, these are the things that happen. Whenever you go around and you try and destroy people's reputations. Oh, what happened there? There we are. Sorry, get you back. There we are. We're back. Whenever you go around, you try and destroy people's reputations just for the sake of trying to destroy them, because you fear them speaking out about your behavior, then it comes back to beat you in the ass. Yeah, you know what I mean. It comes back to hit you, and it's about time. And we've all sat back here. I mean, this is vindication for you, me, Wally, Sue, Gertie, Duchess. I mean, the Royal Grift. I mean, the list is endless. Even Taz. I mean, there's so many YouTubers. I can't even think of them all off the top of my head. But there's so many people that have had to deal with this online hate, and that's why I left Twitter. It was just a cesspool.
Well, it's pretty obvious you're not on Twitter, because you're a very open, heart on your sleeve type of person. And if you were, you'd be talking of nothing else but what you see on Twitter. So it should be obvious to anybody. You're oblivious, which is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, the hit's still going out. Trevor's on a bit. How many times have I read? People sent me things. Trevor, you're being accused of killing someone in London. You're being accused of killing someone in Norfolk. You're being accused of stealing £100,000. I'm like, really? Holy shit.
Weren't we all going to be arrested by the FBI back in 2022? Then in 2023, we were all going to be arrested. Then in 2024, we're all going to be arrested again. And I'm still running a drug smuggling or lobster smuggling operation here. And there's a tunnel that I've dug from my house to the boat, and the smugglers come into the back of my boat, and then we crawl over the runway and all that. Yeah, I've heard all of that. You've murdered several people, and you've stolen all this money from charities, apparently, millions of pounds, even though you live in your flat. I mean, a lot of what they say, it's bullshit, doesn't add up. It's just crazy. But the really delicious thing, and I think everybody deserves it, is to sit back, get the popcorn out, and really enjoy this moment, really savor it, because it's going to be a long road, guys. I think you're going to get value for your money. I reckon we're looking at least 3 years worth of hideous headlines for Harry and Meghan.
3 years worth of YouTube content. So thank you very much, Duke and Duchess. I have to thank them for something.
Well, yeah, I mean, talking about her stupid edible potpourri and stuff, who cares about that? I mean, what is wrong with her? All right, she can I've repurposed a jar.
Fiona's going to show us the jar, ladies and gentlemen. Just stick with it.
Well, do you know what? The gorgeous flowers that everybody sent, they only just went in the bin yesterday. They lasted and smelled that long, but I used a repurposed jar. I'm not sure what was in it before. I think it might have been a coffee jar that I bought from Aldi for 1.99. So I think that's quite nice. I elevated it.
Yeah,
I might put my pencils in it. Oh, I've got a pen. I'll put a pen in it. There, that's elevated.
Looks elevated.
I mean, really, come on. What is the woman running? Play school? I can see what she's doing in her head when this thing she sent out to everyone on the mail shop. What she's saying is, if your life sucks, just imagine, just pretend. And what she clearly does is she'll focus on something and imagine that it's something really magical. And that's how she shuts out reality. The problem is, by shutting out reality, can anyone else see the flaw in the plan? That's obviously what she does. It's a technique. There was a famous TV show years ago called Porridge, which was a comedy show about a prison, where the lead character was Fletcher, and he had a young cellmate who was going off his head. You know, I can't cope, I'm in prison. And Fletcher said to him, it's just how you frame it in your mind. If you can get it sorted in your mind, you can do your bird. And that's what Megan does. She won't just see a teaspoon. She'll see a gold-plated, magical, fairy teaspoon. That's what's going on with her. She nuts, man. She fucking all kinds of nuts.
Well, yeah. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Make sure you like the video, everyone. There's over 900 people watching. That's the best one in the last month. So thank you. Appreciate it. We've all been waiting. We've all been waiting on the nonsense. In fact, for those that don't know, there's a few of us involved in this here, but that journalist,
oh yeah,
she's been sending me messages asking, to today.
I haven't heard anything. I just messaged her and sent her the Duchess of North Sussex's video, because Narcissus has got worse ones. She's got one where this woman says she will kill anyone. She says, I will end you. I will end you. I will end your children. I will end your grandchildren. I will destroy you. I have a gun and I will end you if you hurt Meghan. She's got that. I remember her playing it. It was years ago. I mean, it's sickening. It's disgusting. They're despicable. And it's got to come to a stop. They are domestic terrorists.
It's absolutely sure. Joan, thank you for the... Jones just gifted out 10 memberships to people. Fiona doesn't do memberships. Fiona says, I don't want to do memberships. Yeah, but there we go. I mean, thank you, Joan, for that. I appreciate it. I had a lovely email off Joan today, actually. But the threats have been horrific in the past. I'm going to be honest with you. Suffolk Police put a mark on my house a while ago, as you know, because of the threats I was receiving. But it wasn't because of the threats that I was receiving. Because I don't give a shit. I'll take these threats head on. They put a mark on my house because of the threats that my 13-year-old son was receiving by the Sussex squad.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't want to say it on here, but you know what? My son's 6'1". He doesn't fear these scumbags at all. My son would batter them.
Well, they apparently turn up in numbers as a crowd, as we
I've seen them, yeah. Oh, I'd love it. I would love them to turn up. Me and my son would have a field day with them. We really would. We really would. But they're psychotic, broken people that need...
Yes, like Diane Durham. Diane Durham has admitted that she only attacked you and me. She'd never heard of you and me until Christopher Boozy let her know by streaming my live stream on his Twitter. And he was accompanying it, apparently, with things like, these people need to be gone. So she then, as a result of that, Christopher Boozy was on Harry and Meghan's Netflix show, threatened to put a bullet in mine and Graham's head, and then the following year threatened to bomb Buckingham Palace. That is incitement of hatred. This is a man who was involved in that. And Diane Durham is tapped. Of course, she's vulnerable. She's a loony. I mean, I don't know words for it. She's just mad. She's nuts. Anyone who goes around threatening to put bullets in people's heads because they're so in love with a celebrity or a member of the royal family, they're nuts, or want to bomb Buckingham Palace. I mean,
they are nuts. They are nuts. I mean, I've got a big smile on my face at the minute, Fiona, because I am basking in the bullshittery of watching. You've got these two lunatics, right, in charge of an organization who have no skills, right? They just think that it's because of who they are is going to see them through life. And they claim to be trying to clean up online. We want to stop online harassment. We need to clear it up. But at the same time, they're using their Archwell Foundation as a front to give out grants and donations to companies to stop misinformation and disinformation. And at the same time, heavily endorsing this online domestic terrorist organization known as the Sussex Squad that go after and try and destroy people's lives. They are trying to get people to commit suicide, but at the same time, trying to portray that they're mental health advocates, and that
Yes,
in itself is
And
shameful.
I hope Harry doesn't do anything silly and harm himself. And if he does, I will have very, very little sympathy. That will be on him. Because it's a bloody miracle the rest of the royal family haven't topped themselves. It's a miracle the YouTubers such as Wally living alone terrified with her cats, having people phoning the police up, and the shit Harry and Meghan's fans have put them through. It's a miracle you haven't ended yourself. It's a miracle after what our family's been through. So if he does top himself, I don't care.
I don't think many people will care, if I'm honest. But
I bet loads will. Loads will. The world will go, oh, boo-hoo, poor Harry. Not in this household.
well, the world wouldn't have known anything if any of us had have taken our lives. We would have just been another statistic. But it would have been caused by the online harassment carried out by the people that they endorse. So it is what it is.
There's actually been a newspaper article today. I saw Duchess of North Sussex have posted a community post where they've been printing where they've caught Harry thanking the Sussex squad, congratulating these little online terrorists. And as you say, in the same breath, advocating for online kindfulness and mindfulness. And then there's Meghan on her Insta this morning saying, I love my my girl squad.
Of course they like their girl squad. I mean, yeah, I can't bring up any more things on here or see any chat for some reason. It's just, it is what it is. I can't see any more chat.
I think Harry needs to man up, face the music, and he needs to take whatever punishment's coming for all the things he's done. Bad luck, you know, if he feels a little bit depressed, wants to suck his thumb, cut his finger off, wet his bed, poor boo-boo, man up. You're clearly insane, man, to have married her in the first place. You better deal with all the shit you've been doshing out to everybody else, because you can deal it, man. You better be able to take it.
I'll drink to that, Fiona.
Yeah, I'm on the iced water tonight. I'm off on a secret mission in a bit. No, it's not smuggling. God. I've got to move more stuff to the boat, clean the boat. Same old every year.
Well, are you any further on?
No, I've mostly been just watching TV today.
You can do it. Everyone's entitled to a day off, aren't everyone? Entitled to a bit of a break. Yeah. And by the way, now we've got you here. Over 900 people watching now. Now we have you here. You kept your birthday very quiet yesterday, didn't you?
Well, I'll tell you why I didn't say anything. I was so angry with Harry. I wanted to get the video content out. And I knew if I said at the beginning, it's my birthday today, that the majority of the comments, bless everybody, would have been happy birthday. And I wanted everyone to focus on what's going on with him and Meghan at the moment and Dr. Sophie. This is really important. I'm laser focused on this. Good. And as I said before, if anyone has any nasty comments from Sussex Squad and you're on X, then just reply, Meghan's maggot at the Sun. And the Sun will start to see, and they can go and look at the accounts and follow them. They'll do that. Don't worry. They want the story. They're on it now. The sharks have smelt blood in the water. When Meghan says dolphin-friendly waters, I'd like to see her jump in a fucking tank with an orca. Or in the sea with an orca, because an orca is the largest oceanic dolphin.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? Thanks to your hard work and everyone else on YouTube's hard work and all our subscribers and all our followers, because...
Big time. Yeah, the subscribers.
Subscribers are like little private journalists, little investigators. They go off and they do all their thing and they send you stuff and they all work it out. And most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, me and other YouTubers don't have to do any research because you've done it all for us. You've sent us everything and everyone's got a record, and we're slowly but surely at the tip of the spear now. We are standing, we've got the top of the mountain, we've had all the rocks coming down hitting us all, and we've got there, we've stayed there. A lot of YouTubers have taken a lot of shit to get this out, and we're still here. We're still here. They nearly got rid of me, though. They nearly got rid of me. 2 years demonetization, constant. I even put in a freedom of information request, and everything came back like Harry's visa, redacted. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yes. It's actually making a very good argument for getting rid of the monarchy. It is that difficult to sort out a dim-witted prince. But I have to say, my heart and soul go out to William and Catherine and what they've been put through. And I can well understand when William says it was the worst year of his life. It was horrendous. Can you imagine poor Catherine getting a diagnosis like that? The devastation for her. Well, I know, for her and William. And then to have Christopher Boozy going, that's not Kate. Where's Kate? And all that shit. People never, ever, ever let Harry and Meghan off the hook for that one, because Boozy said it and did it, and he was on their show.
Well, yeah. I mean, he wrote an article telling people that I had threatened to strangle Meghan, and I had threatened to shoot him, and I'm like, no. We don't even live in the same country, you lunatic. But anyway, listen, I'm not going to keep you. I'm going to go.
I'm off now. I've just got to figure out how to leave on this. Oh, I see. I've got the button. I found it.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Happy belated birthday. Have a wonderful time. I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Thank you for having me on. And bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Well, everyone, wasn't that a fantastic little surprise to have Fiona on? Thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. We're getting there. We are at the end. We're putting an end to the Sussex Squad online domestic terrorism maggots, and we are going to get there. But thank you. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for everyone in the chat. Have a wonderful... Wow, where did that come from? Wow! Yes! We've done it. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Take care.